Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends, we are learning and discussing Majjhima Nikaya Sutta. Last time we did the Salleka Sutta and Sammādiṭṭhi we were going to do this week. Okay, so Sammādiṭṭhisutta, it can be learned in several ways, but today I will just explain in a very simplicity, and we will try to understand the depth or meaning of this Sammādiṭṭhisutta. It's a beautiful thing that Sariputta Bhante gave us the idea that someone want to become a stream enterer. There is not only one path. Yes, truly, if we see, then whatever you do, there is only one path to escape from suffering, but up to realization of noble truth, this will be the thing. The 16th path the Sariputta Bhante has mentioned in here. How the Sammādiṭṭhi, the right to view, comes to our life. Okay, so let's take in the sutta. Sammādiṭṭhisutta from Majjhima Nikaya. Evam me sutang ekang samayang bhagava savatthiyang viharati jetavane anatha pindika sarame. Thus I have heard that Blessed One was dwelling at Jetavana in Savatthi, the city called Savatthi, in Anatha Pindika's monastery. Tatra ko ayasma sariputto bhikkhu bhagavan amantesi. On the time, Sariputta Bhante, the chief disciple of Supreme Buddha, Sariputta Bhante addressed all the monks, as he said, also. They also replied the Buddha, also. They also replied to Sariputta Bhante as also. And then Sariputta Bhante said this thing to them. He asked from the monks, to all the assembly, whatever the monks they were sitting there, he asked to them, Sammādiṭṭhi also uchati, kittavatānuko auso arya savako Sammādiṭṭhi hoti, ujugatasa diṭṭhi dhamme aveccha pasadena samannāgato, agato imang saddhammangti. Let's see. Sammādiṭṭhi, the right view. The people, or usually we call the right view, Kittavatānuko also arya savako. How do you define the Sammādiṭṭhi? How can someone become with the Sammādiṭṭhi? Ujugatasa diṭṭhi, whose view has been clear, corrected, on the right path. Dhamme aveccha pasadena samannāgatoti. Unshakable, unwaverable confidence to gain on the Dhamma. Agato imang saddhammangti. How can someone, we can say that this person has entered, he is a part of Dhamma, that he has come to the teaching, who learn the Dhamma. So these are the, for this word, the Kittavatānuko arya savako. How can someone develop the right view? How can someone who is with the right view, who is with the correct understanding or on the correct path, who has developed the unshakable confidence And how can we say that this person has truly come to this teaching? These are the questions Sariputta Bhante asked from the monks. So these monks very humbly replied to Bhante. What they said, Durutopiko mayang also agacheyama. We came here from far to learn this thing from Sariputta Bhante. It will be good if the Sariputta Bhante will explain this. So we will learn, we will remember. So Sariputta Bhante said, okay, I will say to you, listen carefully and memorize or keep in your heart. And they all replied, yes, Bhante. So the Sariputta Bhante said, Yatoko auso aryasavako akusalancha pajanati. Akusal, what the Bhante said, that aryasavako, the noble disciple, it is not about the someone common person. It's not about the someone who doesn't know about the Buddha, who doesn't know about the Dhamma or Sangha. It is says, Arya Savako, the noble disciple who has went refuge to Supreme Buddha, who has embraced him as his teacher, who truly believes that the Buddha is the one who will take us or who will teach me how to escape from the suffering, who observe the 5 precepts, minimum 5 precepts, who has observed such a person, we can say the noble friend or noble disciple. So, such a noble disciple who understand kusala. Akusala means unwholesome, something wrong or unwholesome. What is the unwholesome? Akusalancha pajanati. Then akusala mulancha pajanati. What the root for the akusala? Like we all have the bad, akusala in our life. Everyone has. Me, you, everyone. That is the beauty of Dhamma. It talks about each and every individual being. It doesn't specifically say that this particular person has only akusala. No. Akusala is something everyone has. And that's why we have to remove it. So what is the akusala in simple way? So the all kind of evil thoughts or all kind of evil thinking that what we have or whatever wrongdoing we have, whatever the wrong we do, like a intention to kill, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, these are all comes in the category of that. Divisive speech, harsh word, then idle chatter, these all comes. Wrong view, these all come in the akusala. So, what is the root for this akusala? This akusala doesn't exist only there automatically. There should be something root where it arises from. So, akusala mulancha pajanati. Sariputta Bhante said, if someone know the akusala, what is the akusala is? Someone know that what is the root where this akusala is originating, if the person understand. Kusalancha pajanati. What is the wholesome? What is the skillful thing? What is the thing that creates the merit? Such a thing understands. Kusala mulancha pajanati. Where is the origin? Where this kusala, the good thing, where is the wholesome actions arise from? If someone know about these 4 things, akusala, the roots of akusala, kusala and roots of kusala, these 4 things if someone knows, Bhante said, ettavatapi khoau swarya savako sammādiṭṭhi. Only by that someone can say this is person with the right view. See, isn't it beautiful that if someone thinks about right view and from here the person understand what is the right view and how can. Sariputta Bhante elaborate little bit. What is he elaborate? What is the akusala then? Sariputta Bhante said, akusala, panatipato, killing, 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 stealing, 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 Kame sumichacharo, sexual misconduct. Musavado, telling lies. Pisunavacha, divisive speech, which creates a separation in between people. Parusavacha, the harsh words, the bitter words. Sampapalapa, the idle chatter. Abhijja, lobe, the greed what we have toward others' goods or others, whatever the others have. Vyapado, hatred. Michhaditti, the wrong view. These are the things akusala is called. This is called akusala. What is the root of akusala? Akusala's root is called lobho, lobha, desire or greed. Doso, hatred. Moho, the what we can say delusion. These are the roots for this all the unwholesome things. All the akusala, all the unwholesome activities, what we do, all the unwholesome things, whatever the unskill is there, for the roots for those is these three things: lobho, doso, and moho. Okay. Opposite of this, Sariputta Bhante says, what is the kusala then? Exactly opposite of this. Abstaining from killing beings, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lies, abstaining from divisive speech, abstaining from harsh word, abstaining from idle chatter, abstaining from having greed on someone else's, whatever means others have, that we develop that desire for that, or we can say the greed, not having the hatred, and Sammādiṭṭhi, the right view. These are the called kusala. These are the called skillful. These are the called wholesome. What is the roots for this wholesome? Where this wholesome arise in our life? So, alobho, when we do not have the greed, when we don't have a greed, the wholesome qualities arise from that. When we do not have the hatred, then the wholesome qualities arise. When we do not have the delusion, then this wholesome qualities arise. This is beautifully, clearly explained. Whatever we see in this world, wholesome and unwholesome, these are the roots. These are the roots. If we see simply how this in this world does this happen, whenever we say this is me, myself, with that delusion, we do so many harmful, hateful things to others. But when we do not have, when we have very generous mind, when we do not have hatred, we do good things in the world. Automatically, these good things we do. When we do not have a greed, we don't kill, we don't steal, we don't engage in sexual misconduct. Because when we do not have a greed, then we have content life, satisfaction. Okay, I am good. I have everything. I am sufficient with it. That thing. So this, when this akusala moolam or kusala moolam exist, akusala moolam is eradicated, then wholesome things happen. So Sariputta Bhante explained, if someone understands this thing, by that, only by realizing this, understanding this, the person is called the Sammādiṭṭhika. It means he is able to walk on the eightfold path. This person with the right view, only with the right view, the person can follow right intention. With the right intention, the person can follow the right speech, and so on. So the eightfold path begins with the right view, and entering into the right view is this. Sariputta Bhante explained it a little bit further. When the person understands this is the kusala and akusala, wholesome and unwholesome, then what he do? Sabbaso raganusayam pahaya. Whatever the desire he has, he let that desire goes away. Patiganusayam pativinodetva. the hateful or hatred what he possessed, what he do? He first he bear it and then he eradicate it totally. Asmiti ditti mananusayang samoha nitva. Whatever there is the raw view of this is me, this is me, that strongly what we cause. What he does, he pluck it out and removed it completely. Avijjang pahaya. Avidya, it means not knowing, ignorance. Ignorance is finished. Dittadamme dukkha santakaro hoti. In this life, by looking at in the present condition, what he does, he eradicates all the suffering. Such a person is called the person who has entered in Dhamma. So this is the first step. This is the first way to become a Sotapanna, or first way to become Sammādiṭṭhika, or become able to walk on the eightfold path. Then other bhikkhus asked from Sariputta Bhante. They said, Bhante, sadhu, sadhu, it is beautiful. Bhante, is there any another way? What they asked? Sariputtam uttaring panyang apucham. Siyapanauso anyepi pariyayo yatha arya savako. Bhante, is there another way or another method that someone can come to this Sammādiṭṭhi? Sariputta Bhante said, Siya also. Yes, yes, there is. There is. And what is that? He replies that Arya Savako aharang cha pajanati. Ahara, it means food. Ahara, it means food. I also consume food. You also eat. Is there anyone who is on the hunger strike? Don't think so. So everyone eats food. Our life is sustaining. This food is not only for the individual person. Food is for every being who exists in this world. The way or the matter of the food may be different. Whenever someone become a novice monk, he has to learn a couple of things and he has to remember that. And the first question, there are 11 questions furthermore. There is a question or 10 questions usually we ask. So the first question is, what is the Eknam King? What is the first name? Sariputta Bhante is the one who asked from who has to teach this one also. Sabbe Satta Aharatithita. All the beings sustain or exist or survive because of food. So Sariputta Bhante says here, Arya Savako Aharancha Pajanati, Ahara Samudayancha Pajanati, Ahara Nirodhancha Pajanati, Ahara Nirodhagamini Patipadancha Pajanati. Someone know what is the food is. Someone know where this food comes from. Someone know how to get rid of this food, and someone what is the route, what is the path to get rid of this food also. This four way, all the furthermore it is explained in these four categories. What is the food, how the origin of food, cessation of food, and path to cessation of this food. So nutrient, we can say. Sariputta Bhante explained what is the food then. What is the ahara? Chattaro mein also aharanam bhutanam sattanam thitya. Now 4 kinds of food is explained. Okay. Katamo ahara. So what are these 4 kind of food? There is, Sariputta Bhante says, first food is called Kabalikaro aharo. Kabalikaro aharo, it means the solid food, or kabal, what we can say, in India, usually from earlier time that we eat with the food hand. So when we take the one grass, one portion, one bite, that is called kabal. So one round is something circular, so that is called. So food what we eat with the one spoon, or by the spoon of that, such a food is called kabalikaro aharo, the solid food. We all eat. In all the worlds, every beings sustain that. That is the one way to sustain our life. There is another food. What is called? Second is called passo. Hasso, it means touch, contact. Third one is called Mano Sanchetana. Mano Sanchetana, it means mental intention. That is third. Fourth one is called Vijnana. The consciousness is fourth. Okay, these are the four kind of foods. Okay, how many kind of food that we understand? We understand one. Simply, we understand. You and me also understand one. Morning time happens, we are hungry, that we know. Afternoon comes, we are hungry, we know that we need food. Evening time, we are hungry. Okay, these are when the hunger is comes. Then there is a food is called with a touch. Like when you are watching the videos, that time there is a very good recipe comes. Your eyes touch with that food when you are traveling somewhere. You know, those are you desire develop to desire for that food also you desire. Then also you are hungry. Okay, so eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, whatever touches to you, we consume all of that. That is called touching, the food of contact. Food of contact. It's we don't consider that as a food. But see, if someone cuts off everything, how can we survive? You know, it's very hard. Like someone stop from hearing, the world becomes, cannot make balance. Nothing is there. There are so many social experiments happen where is the completely room is darker. There is not a single voice is coming from there. So the person can maximum survive like 58 minutes or that. The Google has created that room. So why? Because there is no contact is happening in from outside. So contact is necessary to survive until we became crazy. And then this body will does not sustain furthermore. That is second. Third one called Mano Sanchetana. Whatever we see from this eyes, ear, nose, and body and mind, we create from that. We think of this. We imply those things in our mind. We think like if we talked about, okay, there is a snowfall is happening somewhere. Immediately our mind will visualize it. Okay, that is snowfall and that. Those are called Manosanchetana. Newly something thought arise from like poet. With the thoughts, he creates the beautiful poetry. Singers with his beautiful mind, that voice comes out and sing a beautiful song. Melodies happen because of everything happens in the mind. Those are called Manosanchetana. Invention happens throughout the Manosanchetana. These are the things. These are the foods. See, all the entire human society is sustaining, developing, or progressing because of this Manosanchetana. And in a smaller individual basis also that is needed, necessary. Protective instincts and everything is come from that. That is called also food. Fourth one is called Vijnana. Vijnana is consciousness. With everything of this, what happened? The consciousness what we create, it gives us furthermore one step. It takes furthermore one life. Journey is continuing from that. Basis of this consciousness, we create further and furthermore. So this four kind of food is must or necessary to survival. Not only one food, not only solid food, this all four kinds. And this four kind of food is not only for human being. All the beings, wherever they exist, in whatever realm they are, in whatever physical form or condition they are, for each and every being, there are this kind of food is there. In hell, in heaven, in Titan's world, in human world, in animal kingdom, or in the Brahma world, everywhere. Means if someone thinks like that, okay, if I practice the Dhamma and I will go to the heavenly world, I will be escaped from this samsara. No, there will be this food. And that's why to get rid of these things, we have to follow the path of enlightenment. And Sariputta Pandya asked, what is the origin of this food? What is the origin? He said, Tanna Samudaya, Ahara Samudaya. Tanna, because of desire, craving is there. Because of craving, the food or fuel comes to appearance, fuel ceases. So as a craving ceases, cessation of craving is cessation of fuel also, or food also. What is the path to get rid of this fuel? The path is called Noble Eightfold Path. Right view, right intention, right thought or right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right emotion or right samadhi. Okay, these are the path. This is called second one. Okay, this is the second. Furthermore, Bhante is asked, they were all rejoiced and they said, Bhante, there is another path? He said, yes, there is another one. What are these? I said, if someone understand what is the suffering is, what is the origin of suffering? What is the cessation of suffering? And path to cessation of suffering. Path leads to cessation of suffering. If someone understands these four things, four noble truths, such a person will call, he is a stream enterer. He is with the right view. And in this sutta, like we learn from the Satchavibhanga Sutta, in here also explains what is the suffering is. So the birth is suffering, or it begins from the, yes, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, death is suffering, all kind of soka paridev, dukh, all kinds of physical, mental suffering, lamentation, pain, all this kind of suffering is called separation from the beloved people, associate to the people who we do not desire to associate with. We do not want to. Whatever we desire, when we do not get it, that is called suffering. In short, the five aggregates of clinging is suffering. It is mentioned there. What is the origin of suffering? How this suffering arises in our life? It says, Katamocha also dukkha samudaya, how this suffering exists. Yayang tanna pono bhavika nandiraga sahagata. Yayang tanna, this craving, pono bhavika, which becomes a seed, or which creates another birth. Pono bhavika. Bhav means birth, Bhav means coming to appearance. Pono bhavika gives us or bring us again and again in this appearing. Nandiraga sagata. Nandiraga, it means that we have a constant desire, that I want it. In a simple word, Nandi, if you want to understand, look at for the 3 years of young kid. Okay? You see what they do. If they want to eat something, what they do? They pull their mother's hand or their skirt, or the father, they tap it. I want it, I want it, I want it. And then how they do? Simply ask. Then they cry a little bit. Then they shout. They sit down. They said, I want it. That desire, that is called the Tannandirag. That is called. In whatever condition, they want that thing. And again. And different tactic. First, they will ask very calm, very easily, Mother, I want this. They will show first. Then they will say, I want it forcefully. And then they beat also, they tap on them. And then they will cry, they will make a scene. and then mother or father feels a little bit shameful and then said, okay, let's go. Only one I will purchase for you. It happens. You see, go to the grocery store or any Walmart or any big shops and see if the parents are a little bit strict, their kids will do these things. Now, that is called Nandiraga. Again and again, that I wanted in whatever condition. To fulfill that, that is called Nandiraga. Tatra tatra abhinandini. These things, this tanha, this desire, this craving, wherever we exist, wherever we born, in that existence, it delighted us. Like today, we are in human world. Do we feel that this craving is wrong? No. What we think? Craving, we need it. How can we live? If we do not have hunger, how can we live? If we do not have craving of love, how can we have the partner? How can we have a life? How can we have kids? If there is no this craving, how can we say that, how can this society can form? So as a desire, simply as a desire, everything is connected, bound with this craving. This entire, see, here you and me we are talking it very far from, but for what, how can we are talking? You know, because of something we needed from each other, something we needed from Dhamma, and that is the thing is there. So that is called Tatra Tatrapi. Wherever it takes, we are happy. Like there is another example we can say Tatra Tatrapi Nandini. If someone born to the hell, what happened? Then in that hell, the person is saying, I don't want this life, but still exist there until that karma finishes. Delights in that life also. Does not say directly, I don't want it. It doesn't renounce that body. What he does, he said, in that suffering also, I wanted to linger there. That is called Tatra Tatra Abhinandini. Wherever it takes, it delights, it enjoys, it survives in that moment. Such a tanna is there, such a craving is there. Then Sariputta Bhante said furthermore, what he said? And what is this tanna? What is this tanna then? Which is delighted in everywhere, which is expected, which has this Nandirag wanting again and again. He said, Kama tanna, the sensual desire. We are all bound with that sensual desire. Bhavatanna, the desire for existence, continued existence. Everyone has that. Then Vibhavatanna, craving for end of existence. Don't want it. But that with the craving, these three kinds of craving is Sariputta Bhante called. Suffering exists in this world because of these three cravings. These are the roots for all our problems, all our suffering. If someone get rid of these things, someone get rid of this craving, he is free from this suffering. And how to get rid of this craving? How to finish this craving? Sariputta Bhante said, Buddha has given the path called middle eightfold path, the middle path. That path is called Sammādiṭṭhi, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vaca, Samma Kamma. This eightfold path is there to finish. So, Sariputta Bhante says, if someone understands this much, someone understands these four noble truths, then that person is called with the right view. So you and me, what we have to do? We have to think time to time, okay, this is the suffering, that's what we are learning. I am in this, I am the part of this suffering. I am not finished yet. Let me investigate, let me see the suffering in my life. Okay. That is called. Furthermore, Sariputta, Bhantes all rejoice in that. And then they ask Bhante, is that the only thing? He said, no, there is another one. What is it? Someone understand Jara Marana. What is the Jara Marana? Jara Marana, it means someone is aging and dying. If someone understand age, old age and death, origin of old age and death, cessation of old age and death, and then path leads to cessation of age and death. By that, someone can understand, someone can say that this person is this. Age and death is very strong factor. If someone understands that truly, he is capable to escape from suffering. In a common condition, even a common bird, we see this aging and death. We delighted in that. We delight in our maturity, delight in our aging. It is painful. It is something like that. But we always say this is a part of life. This is part of life. In that way, we do. But mostly, this aging and death, where it leads towards samsara. It leads toward again and again birth and aging. So, Sariputta Bhante explained, whenever someone understands truly what is the aging and death is, and how this aging and death is finishes, because of birth, aging and death happens. If there is no birth, there is no aging and death. How to get rid of this aging and death? Noble Eightfold Path. See, now one by one, Sariputta Bhante explained the entire sutta about this. So this called, what is it? Aging and death. What is the origin of that? Birth. Because of birth, this old age and death is exist. To get rid of the old age and death, what we have to do? We have to follow the Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante says, Bhante asks, whatever another this? Yes. Sariputta Bhante says, if someone understand what is the birth is, what is the birth is, what is the origin of birth, what is the cessation of birth, and what is the path lead to cessation of birth, by understanding that, someone is this. So Sariputta Bhante explained what is the birth is then. So in all the world, wherever we exist, wherever we appear with this, our aggregates, all the six senses, that is called birth. And how this, what is the origin of birth? Why this birth is? Where this birth is created from? What is the origin? Origin is called bhava. Bhava. The bhava is the thing where this comes from. Okay? Conception. Okay? So, bhava, if you get rid of this bhava, then the birth won't be there. What is the path to get rid of this birth? It is called Noble Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained, what is the origin of bhava? What is the cessation of bhava? What is the path lead to cessation of bhava? Sariputta Bhante said, there is a three kinds of bhava exist. What are these three kinds of bhava? Kama bhava. There is a called Kama bhava. Bhava means existence or continued existing. So Kama bhava, Rupa bhava, Arupa bhava. The birth happens in these three places. What are the Kama bhava? Wherever the sensual desire can be felt, absorbed, understand, desire, greeted, that is called Kama bhava. From the hell up to the Brahma world, that is called Kama loka. In this Kama loka, that we have this sensual desire. So this is called Kama bhava. So if someone desire to be born in this bhava, it is born with this Kama bhava. Rupa bhava, there is only forms. Upper Brahma world has the Rupa bhava. When the Bodhisattva, when this practitioners of Dhamma, the Bodhisattva attained the enlightenment first, he thought that this is very difficult. Then he thought, let me teach the Dhamma. So he tried to find out where the disciples are, who he will understand this. So he thought about Udakarama Buddha and Alara Kalam, that's his previous teacher in a way. So he thought about them, and then he found out that they are all passed away and they are in the place where they cannot realize the Dhamma. So this is called Rupa Bhava. So existence is there, but there is not nothing. So wherever the forms are exist, that is called Rupa Bhava. Arupa Bhava is those very long life of journey is there, but we cannot identify. Existence is there, but it is not visible. So this is called Arupa Bhava. Not a Rupa is there. This form is not there, but existence is exist there. Such a three places is called Kama Bhava, Rupa Bhava, Arupa Bhava. So what is the reason? What is the origin of this bhava? Upadana. The grasping, we can say, or make available or able to be born there. That is called upadana. When someone finish the cessation of this grasping is finished, then bhava is also finished. Continued existence is finished. And what is the path? Noble Eightfold Path is that. Finish this. Furthermore, Sariputta says, upadana, origin of upadana, cessation of upadana, and path leads to cessation of upadana. What is that? Here explain, there are upadana called four kind of upadana. The grasping is four kind of grasping is there. And what is this? Upadana samudaya. Kam upadana, the grasping of sensual pleasure. That is that. Dittupadana, the grasping of view. Silabbatupadana, grasping of precepts, observe precepts, and then attavadupadana, this is me, this is myself, such a self, theories of self, such a upadana. So this upadana, it means holding in a way, capturing in these things. So in this world, what we do? Kama upadana, we grasp, we hold this sensual desire. Ditthi upadana, wherever we go, ideology, desires, or thoughts that we grasp from place to place, Silabatupadana, we form something that called the precepts and we twist it according to ourselves, according to our view, which is not necessary for the Dhamma practice, but still we create that, okay, this is my virtue, this is my sila, this is my practice, and that becomes obstacle for Dhamma. That is called Silabatupadana. Attavadupadana, it means this is me, this is myself. The territorial thing is there. That is called Atmavad. This is called, whenever the person say, this is my soul, my soul will liberate, that is called Attavadupadana. So, and this happens because of Tanha. Origin of Upadana is called Tanha. Tanha, it means desire. Tanha, it means greed. Tanha, it means craving. Because of craving, this grasping happens. If there is no craving, grasping does not happen. We cannot grasp anything. What is the cessation for this grasping? It is Noble Eightfold Path. That is one way. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained in this sutta, what he says, if someone understand what is the craving is, origin of craving, cessation of craving, and path leads to cessation of craving. By understanding these four things, someone is become stream enterer, someone is become either eye to view. And how can someone understand what is the craving is? Sariputta Bhante says there are 6 kind of craving exist. How many kind? 6 kind of craving. Rupatanna, the craving for rupa, view, what like a sight, what we see outside, that is a craving. It is there. We want to see something, desirable things. That craving is there to see outside forms that say Saddatanna for the desire for or the craving for hearing, craving for smell, you know, good odors, bad odors, whatever their odors are there. So those are smells, craving for that. Then Rasatanna, taste. We want to taste something, bitter, sour, spicy, salty, whatever, or just a plain also. That is also called great. Taste, so desire for, craving for taste. And then Pottabha, touch, tangibles, there are tangibles, so the touch happens. So that touch, and then Dhammatanna, phenomena or ideas, what appears in the mind. If we don't have that, nothing, there is no craving. So these all six kind of craving exist. Due to this, all suffering is there. If someone means how this craving arises, because of feeling. If there is no feeling, there won't be craving. If someone get rid of feelings, so there's someone will get rid of feeling also. And more path to get rid of this craving is called Noble Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained what is how there is another way to understand this. If someone understand the feeling, what is the origin of feeling, what is the cessation of feeling, and what is the path of cessation of leads the path to cessation of feeling. If someone understand that, then that person is also stream enter. What is the feeling then? There are, Sariputta Bhante says, six kind of feeling is there. What six? Chakku sampasya vedana. Eyes, outside form, when they come together, there is a sparsha, the first happens, touch happened. Due to that touch, feelings arise. Same goes with ear, nose, these things. All six senses gives this feeling because of touch. That touch happens because of internal six senses connect with outside. That feeling appears from there, the Vedana. Sariputta Bhante says, if someone get rid of this touch is finished, then the feeling will not arise. Like someone is blind. Can that person develop desire from eyes? He cannot. If someone is deaf, can this person develop the desire of listening the melody? Cannot, because he doesn't know the melody. If someone's palate or someone's tongue is not active that much, can this person desire for taste? Cannot. That thing. If someone is, in a should not be mentioned this, but in a leper, there is no sensation of touch. So there is no touch, so they don't feel. They're completely numb. They cannot develop desire for touch. Like every being in this world, they desire. Like as soon as we born, we need warmth from our mother or father. That is touch. Whenever the kid is frightened, where it goes, it touches, holds mother and father. For the animal kingdom also, see, whenever this young calf or whatever kind of the being is there, it bonds, where this clings, he finds the security from that touch, sensual touch. So Sariputta Bhante says, when someone get rid of this, understand the touch, get rid of the touch, the feelings finishes. As the feeling finishes, what happened? The path to finish this feeling, it is called Noble Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained, if someone understand the phasa, someone understand what is the contact is, what is the origin of contact, what is the cessation of contact, what is the path lead to cessation of contact, that person is also becomes the Sotapanna or becomes a stream enterer. What is the contact then? Six kind of contact. Contact of eye, contact of ear, contact of nose, contact of body, tongue, and mind. This happens because of 6 faculties, because of eyes, ear, nose, tongue. Because of this exist, this happened. If someone understands that, that person get rid of it. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained, if someone understands these 6 senses, 6 faculties, you know, 6 field, if someone understands this is eyes, ear, nose, tongue, this works like this. They create this all the thing. Then that person can also become a stream enterer. These 6 senses happen because of nama and rupa, because of name and form. So if someone is get rid of this name and form, then automatically the 6 senses will be finished. What is the path to get rid of this? It is called Noble Eightfold Path. Bhantes were rejoiced and they said, there is another path. Sariputta Bhante says, yes, there is one another way. What is he say? If someone understand what is the nama and rupa is, what is the name and form is, then Sariputta Bhante explained the origin of nama and rupa and cessation of nama and rupa and path leads to cessation of nama and rupa. If someone understands that, he is also stream enterer, noble disciple. What is the nama then? Nama is called Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa and Manasika. Nama has become with the 5 things. What? Vedana, feeling, perception, intention, contact, and applying the mind. That is called Nama. This all things comes together. That is called Nama. And Rupa, it means this great 4 elements which the body is created from. That is called Nama and Rupa. When they come together, this form or what you are, this form comes to appear in this world. Sariputta Bhante explained, this Nama and Rupa happens because of Vijnana. If someone understands the Vijnana, then someone get rid of this Vijnana, the Nama Rupa will come to cease. And for that, Noble Eightfold Path is there. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained, someone understand the Vijnana, what is the origin of Vijnana, cessation of Vijnana, and path lead to cessation of Vijnana. That is called, what is the Vijnana? All the 6 faculties has the consciousness. Vijnana, it means consciousness, okay? So 6 faculties has a consciousness. This consciousness happens because of sankhara, the formation violation, okay? So because of this forms and choice or formation violations are there, due to that consciousness appears. If someone seizes that, then there is no vijnana. To get rid of that, that is called Noble Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained how to understand someone become a stream enterer. Someone understand this sankhara, origin of sankhara, cessation of sankhara, path leads to cessation of sankhara. By only understanding that, he is a stream enterer. It is mentioned here, what is that? Due to the avidya. Avidya, it means ignorance. Due to ignorance, this person has this sankhara. What is the ignorance then? Ignorance is called not knowing the suffering, not knowing the origin of suffering, not knowing the cessation of suffering, not knowing the path lead to cessation of suffering. That is called ignorance. Sariputta Bhante explained, to get rid of this ignorance, there is a one path that is called Noble Eightfold Path. Furthermore, Sariputta Bhante explained, what is the path that someone can understand the Dhamma? Here say, if someone understand the asava, asava it means stance, asava it means a defilement, asava it means impurities. If someone understand the impurities in us, defilement in us, origin of it, cessation of it, and path lead to cessation of it. Origin is for that, the defilement happens because of avidya. So there is a twist, The reason for ignorance is called defilement. And for the defilement, origin is called avidya. So they are tied together. Okay, so when this ignorance finishes, then the path begins. So what is the path for that? Noble Eightfold Path. Lastly, Sariputta, when they said this, if someone freed from this avidya, freed from this defilement, asava is finished, he has truly understand that the person who understands the Noble Eightfold Path understands with the right view. He walks on the path of enlightenment. As Sariputta Bhante says, all the monks were very happy and very delighted in the Sariputta Bhante's words. And this Sammādiṭṭhisutta is there, the 16 ways to contemplate the Dhamma. 16 ways are there to understand or investigate within ourselves so we can walk on the right view, we can understand the path. It's a beautiful sutta. Remember, there is not only one path. There is not only one way to walk on the path of Noble Eightfold Path, but all the understanding leads toward this right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right right effort, right mindfulness, and right emotion or right concentration. These are the things. Everything. If anyone in this world want to finish the suffering, they have to walk only on this path. Where because of this path exists in Buddhism, Buddha says there is a liberation. If this eightfold path does not exist, then there is no liberation. There is no escape from the suffering. There may be better places like human world. What is the better? Heavenly world. For the heavenly beings, what is the better? Brahma world. Those are that. But others is this. So remember this sutta. We will discuss it furthermore in if it is needed. That's all for today. May this Sammādiṭṭhisutta be helpful for all of you, all of us, to develop the confidence on this Noble Eightfold Path. And may this sutta be helpful for all of us to give a practice to understanding, and may give the sutta the realization of Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
No, Budaya Bante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Bante, I was just so like let's say desiring to get a rebirth in a higher realm, right?
Mhm.
To kind of avoid the four bottommost realms.
Yeah,
I think one of them is like animal realms.
yeah.
But let's just say, but is desiring that it also a kama tanha or oh sorry, bhava tanha, I guess, or
For today, uh, you have a desire for that, it's okay. Reason is that uh, because we are not means see we haven't understand or realized yet. It will take time for us to come to that certain level. It will take time. For today, if you have that I want to born into the heavenly world, and for that I'm doing the practices, that's the best things you are thinking today. But as you ask the question, yes, that is also desire. But that will automatically, you don't have to do intentionally to do, oh, I don't want to born into the animal world. No. What you have to do is to understand what is the eightfold path is. Eightfold path, as we understand, then we walk slowly because the path, it means there is a destination and it takes the longer time, the journey, or we have to take effort to walk there. So even that desire is there, even we don't want to be born or we want to be born, it will finish as soon as we start to walk on the Noble Eightfold Path. So that's there. Okay.
okay.
Today, if
And
you
then
have to born in heavenly world, that's a good thing.
but should we also kind of desire to be born in the human realm so that we can practice like listen to Buddha's Dhamma and then you can only attain enlightenment once you're a human. Do you think that's a better, I don't know,
No,
like a
no, no.
better way?
No. There is never mentioned that only humans can attain the enlightenment. There is a heavenly beings who are able to attain the enlightenment. That's why in Buddha's
Okay.
quality it's called Sattha Deva Manusana, the teacher of gods and humans. So heavenly beings also they can become enlightened.
Oh, I
So
see. Sorry, I didn't know that. Okay.
okay,
All right, thank you,
there is
Bante.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, what you're saying.
I'm saying the teacher of gods and human, as Buddha says. So when someone become a noble stream enterer, next life he will born most probably in heavenly world, and maximum he will take 7 birth. So in this mean, if he is not born to the human world after this 7 birth or in 7th birth, he will be enlightened. So wherever he is there, so he can be
Oh,
in
okay.
Brahma. Yeah. So he doesn't need to be born into the human world and don't desire to be born in human world anymore further. The reason is uh, today concentrating is easy or difficult. Practicing meditation, it is difficult. It's not easy like earlier. Like we have a lot of information is coming there daily, lot of things, every aspect of all the world, whatever happening in this world, everything is going to our mind, and the processing it takes time. Our brain is not calm. So when we meditate, everything is roaming inside our mind. So concentration is become more difficult, and we find that qualities of human world is dropping, decreasing. Like you read previous books, you will find there was a system when the mother and father lives with us and we take care until they passed away. Now there is not a single mother and father who passed away at home. Whenever they are sick, they send them to the hospital and they die in that. You cannot bring your body at home also anymore, usually. So the qualities are decreasing. Now we are becoming very practical. If I don't have to talk with them, we do not need the connection, something like this. Earlier, the families were matters. So the qualities, earlier that we have a respect to a teacher, but today we find in college or campus or in the school also, if teacher says something, we reply to them. They are not able to punish us. So because then the qualities has decreased. Our respect for our mother and father has decreased in all over world in general, okay, not individually, in general. uh, to be practicing good dhamma, that thing has decreased. So when we born in the future, what condition will be there? Today we find out, okay, there is a, okay, still the marriage is sacred, still marriage is sacred, but still there is a living relationships, and that there is no ethics remains there, mostly. Like I was saying, what are the body counts, something people ask usually. So these are the things that we see in this world. When we born again, what condition will be? There will be no difference between mother and son. Like in animal kingdom, they have a little bit of that, but furthermore, it doesn't go like that. That will happen to us also. Daughter and father, they can get married. Uh, Son and mother can get married. Where will be the ethics will be? And then it will be very difficult for us to understand Dhamma. So as much as good Dhamma you can practice today, born to the heavenly world, and then we can continue our path further from there. And there are a lot of good noble friends in heavenly world. If you practice here today, there your journey will be continuous, because it is a continuous path. Like if you want to travel from Toronto to Vancouver, if you take the route, if you drive there, what you will do, you will go to the highway, you will drive. Whenever there is a night, you will stop there, you will sleep. Furthermore, you will start journey from that same point. You don't have to come to the Toronto to start again. You have to start that. That is called the Dhamma. So from here, if you start the journey, your destination will be the Vancouver as enlightenment. How many days it takes? It depends on people. Some people take the month to travel there, sightseeing and everything. For some people, only maximum take 3 days, not less than that. But it's depend on the person, how that person is goes. That's all. Okay. So remember. Any question for that?
I think, yeah, I do agree, like, about distractions. Like, I do agree that, it's much more harder nowadays, I guess, because we have so many distractions. You kind of have to be very careful, or, you have to be smart enough to know what to avoid and what to not.
Yeah.
But yes, I do agree. Like, it's probably much harder right now compared to, like, maybe 50 years ago or so.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much for participating today. I hope that you understand and realize in this sutta.